basically constrain American foreign policy. I will try to put on the table some big ideas, just to give you an idea about where does Obama come from, intellectually, theoretically, his worldview about the world. Before I talk about the empirical aspects of his foreign policy in the region, I just want to lay out the various fragments and to see whether we can really make sense of the Obama foreign policies toward our part of the world, both the Arab world and the Greater Middle East. And then I want to put on the table three big questions. Because first, I think what I'm going to say, the empirical part and the theoretical part will not be, surprising to you. We know now the broad contours of really Obama's foreign policies. But I think the last question is I want to see whether we can really make sense of where America is vis-a-vis this part of the world. But before I talk about Barack Obama's foreign policy, I want to say a few words about his worldview. And you know very well that in order to make sense of whether Barack Obama's foreign policy or George W. foreign policy, we need to understand the worldview, where he comes from intellectually. If there is one particular point I really would like you to take from this particular talk today, which is a very simplistic talk because we don't have the time, is that this particular president, we must contextualize this particular president within the so-called the realist school of international relations. That is, you cannot understand Barack Obama's foreign policy toward the Middle East and other parts of the world without understanding the paradigm, the framework of realism and neorealism in international relations. That this particular president, by the way, he has never told us otherwise. I mean, my talk is based on a recent book I've written. It's called American Foreign Policy, the End of Obama's Foreign Policy and the Middle East, the End of America's Moment, with a question mark. Published by Oxford University Press, 2005. From 2006, 2007, 2008, Barack Obama made it very clear that he is not an activist, an agent who believes in liberalism or liberal ideas as a driver in American foreign policy. Throughout the presidential campaign, he made it very clear that he basically would like to be compared to President Bush Sr. as opposed to George W. Bush. He constantly referred to his foreign policy. He said it would be like Bush Sr. as opposed to Bush Jr. He said it would be very much similar to JFK and even Reagan. I don't know if you remember the various points. He kept saying that realism, and what I mean by that is that American national interest, American vital interest would be the yardstick by which Barack Obama would view the world. And compare this particular president vis-a-vis his predecessor.